And you
We are done with that.
I'm back from
high time too.
You were right. Orcs are.
Yes, I know what happened in the meantime. Help freaking broke loose. Finally got the proof. What will be the next step? Was attacked. And there we go. So let's try and get the Eye of Inners then. I would prefer though if we were to sleep before that. Because if I remember correctly, there used to be a lot of Seekers along the way. Which I don't really want to deal with. Yeah. So let's get to it. I always hate these steps because if you do them in a speed up version, things are gonna freak the fuck out, so you can't do it in a speed up version, unfortunately. What I can do is have Iceland's out, just in order to see them, but I can probably not really deal any damage to him with that. Which kind of means that I have to do it... Oh. Warp? Huh. I always thought there was a Seeker here. Why... Wait a minute. Why am I still... sometimes doing damage to them and sometimes... Haven't I done less than half damage in the first swing? So, how is this possible? I'm supposed to crit all the time. This is really freaking odd. I guess we're gonna find out later. If I do consistent damage each time. But yeah, we'll find out. Still kinda worried about Seekers being around the corner and scaring my butt off. Are these shrines... Sheep. Are these shrines corrupted yet? I don't know. Because that's a paladin only quest. I just want to avoid having to talk to him. See, his damage is not really all that not really all that strong. Oh! Okay, I always thought I was hearing them down there, but apparently I was hearing the guy up here. Okay, so I always missed him. Oh man. I really thought that I was hearing the guys down there, because there are goblins down there. But apparently I didn't. So there should be another... yeah, there we go, another Seeker. And you know what, I just realized... I have not freaking... Wait a minute. What was I supposed to say? I've never listened to the rules of a city. Oh. Almost missed it. Which is stupid, because now he's dead again. Am I actually taking any damage from that? That is really interesting. So my armor... no, that's actually not interesting. That's actually to be expected. So what happens? I have 100 magic resistance, and they are casting mostly Fireball at me. If you check on Fireball, that's 75 damage. So they are doing minimum damage to me. As I am apparently to them, probably, because my Ice Lance does jack shit. I'm probably gonna do a little bit more than that. I had their robe. The robe was, I think, 100... I believe they also had the same stats as my armor does. Diego.
Good thing you're...
I forgot about a stupid bag. Oh, man. I know, right in the exchange place. I don't want his purse. Because that would cause major trouble. Let's talk to Hagen, I assume. Yeah. Hagen would be quite cool. Yeah, as you can see, Lofar is no longer here. Hagen, and afterwards maybe I can go to the monastery yet? I'll see. Yeah, I have to go to the monastery.
Our situation.
Yes, I know. Okay. Now let's make our way towards the monastery. I have received a rune from this place, have I? I'm always... Harbor City, yeah. So let's equip that. And yeah, then I'm gonna go towards... Wait a minute, wasn't that one dude? Not Fernando. Gabrand. Oh, well, that's also quite useful. I have to go to the... What are they called? What are they called? Feast Guild. The Feast Guild. I have to go to the Feast Guild at one point. So you are the one that wanted some kind of special... Yeah.
I've got some special snapper claws for you.
My customer will be happy to hear that. I don't have the runestone here, but I know where it can be found. On your way from town to the inn, you'll pass under a bridge. There, in a cave, a friend of mine has deposited a runestone in a chest. Here's the key.
Okay. That's odd. I thought he would just give the textures. I just can't go over the beauty of this game. You guys have never looked at how terrible it actually looks, unmodded at all. Like, if you're just watching this Let's Play, you guys have never seen a terror that is actually this game, which... I mean, the rendering engine did probably the most, but, I mean, just the effect of playing it in a higher resolution. Playing it at 60 by 9 without all kind of my character being too freaking large. I mean, if you try to play it in 4 by 3 on a 60 by 9 monitor, it either goes two things. It goes two ways. Or it can go two ways. So the first one would be that you get black bars, which is shit. I don't like that. I just don't like it in movies too. I just don't... That's one thing I don't get. Why are movies in 21 by 9? Like, seriously. Every time you go to a cinema, which would be like... Okay, that's an argument. They are designed for cinema, not for home use. But every time you go to a cinema, there are also bars there. Like, what the fuck? Just don't use these bars, you get a bigger image. And it looks kind of good, too. Yeah, I always do that sneaky little seeker here. So you have these bars, and I just don't know why would they exist. Like this 21 by 9, this peripheral vision things, I just don't get it. I get it in terms of productivity sometimes, because having more having more space to really spread out, especially in video editing. Okay, yeah, I can understand that. From the standpoint that I'm right now in. There's this runestone, by the way. So. Yeah, I can get that. A little bit more stuff. It's not too tiny, which is a usual complaint with people that don't really have the biggest eyesight in the world with 4K. Because I had a lot of friends over and they were like, how can you read this? To be honest though, the one that said this was usually using glasses for driving and stuff, and they didn't have them with him. So that's kind of to be expected. But then again, he's short-sighted, not long-sighted. So that's a thing. I don't know. I just never really got it. If you just upgrade to 4K or even 1440p for that matter, if 4K is really too tiny for you, which I can understand, it's really freaking tiny at points. But you get so much more space, and games look so much better. I mean, even getting a 21 by 9 aspect ratio, decent size monitor on your desk is freaking. It's your fucking desk. That is your fucking desk. There's nothing else you're gonna put on that. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I just don't see the appeal, especially for movies. That is. I can kind of see the appeal for some things, but not for movies. Anyway, hello,
Hey.
Jorgen.
Hey, you. I see you. Can you...
Yes, I can actually do that.
Where do you...
Yeah,
You'd better get on...
Hey, don't worry.
okay. So, Pedro... Oh, I thought for a second the door was still open. Pedro is gone, Milton is there. I believe they used Pedro as an excuse to get Milton in front of the monastery. Let's see how... Yes, he was really freaking fast. Barcoded figures. Want to learn some new spells? You can't. Oh! I forgot something. In Act 2. You can use the Paladin... Ah, shit. That's something that I'm never gonna get back. You can use the Paladin in here to guide you towards the pass. There's a Paladin there. He will get you to the pass. See how they react.
Why does... You already know what I think.
Nope, they don't like my armor.
Ah! A bandit!
Fuck! Oh man, I kind of fucked up here. Where did I last save? Probably after Lord Hagen. Oh man. Alright, speed up time. God freaking damn it. I'm a fucking idiot at points. And I can't even walk. Fuck you, Seeker. Man, I hate this. Fucking bandits armor. Man, I have to get rid of it. Points. Oh, come on. You can actually... By the way, you can actually talk to bandits wearing that armor. It's kind of stupid, but you can. Even bandits that are not in the add-on. Just regular old bandits. if you want to. They obviously have nothing to say, but... I mean, it wasn't planned. I would actually kind of love to if they would just code in, you know, a few lines. But then again, this game... I thought this game was more punishing to cheaters. I honestly thought that, yeah, you would just kind of... Nah. Have more things in place that kind of troll people who cheat. Would be kind of cool. Like, for example, when you get an armor that you're not supposed to wear... Wait a minute. Where's the Seeker gone? Huh? What the fuck? Where? The Seeker's gone. Huh? Huh? Haven't I just killed a Seeker? Standing right there? Are they now spawning in at random? I don't know. Apparently they do. Oh man, this is stupid.
Hey,
Oh, I can actually steal it again. I could also steal from Milton again too. So I wonder if you can steal from him every time he moves. Yes, I know. Yes, figures. I don't want any. I always make this mistake. Give me a purse, bitch. Alrighty. Okay, now I look decent enough. So that no one attacks me. Would be great.
You better watch out.
Third circle.
Teach me the third circle of magic.
Yes, the time has come. Enter now the third circle of
Can't
magic.
go on like this forever.
New spells await you. You will need them, for evil draws nigh, and it can be thwarted only with the power of Innos. I have now taught you all of the circles that I can pass on. Karas will instruct you in the higher circles.
Nothing's ever
Who
gonna
the
change
fuck
that.
is Karas?
Teach me.
So he now has Fear, Medium Heal, Sleep, Windfist, Light, and Light Healing Wounds.
May Innos
I...
protect.
Yeah.
You already
Who's
know
Karas again? Are you Karas? Oh, you're Maddox. Teach me...
that'll only cause more trouble.
He has Ball, Lightning, Ice Block. Which is really good. Ball Lightning is, I believe, a little bit better than Ice Lance. But... I don't care
Who told you that?
particularly that much. Hugles, you were the guy with fire. This is pretty good. Small firestorm's pretty good. I don't want it though. It's not required. Because it kind of has a little bit of an AoE, but it's mostly single target. It's kind of cool.
You.
And you... Oh, he's the guy.
I want to learn.
It is still.
He's the guy with more shit. Teach me. And this is the one that I'm most excited for. Create skeleton. Alright. Okay, yeah. What do I... Can I already create? I think you just need a skeleton... skeleton bone. And I need a rune for it too. So do I have a bone? I am actually pretty sure I don't. Skeleton bone. I do have a bone. So then what's missing would be a scroll. Yeah, do I have a scroll of ice block? I do. And what's the other thing required for ice block? Sorry. First cycle, that's not what I wanted. You are the second, I believe? It's so random. It's so random. Third cycle, okay. Glacier Quartz and an Aquamarine. I believe I already have both of these. So we'll try. Third cycle. Ice block. That worked. Okay. So ice block is basically the key. You use ice block to, well, put things on ice. Why am I doing this? Like seekers, for example. And you then use some kind of melee or summon a skeleton and then just cut them off. So he has usually something like this. Oh, yeah, that's just cool, unfortunately. What's that ring? Oh, pretty good. Okay, so let me get the summon skeleton rune. Yes. And now I believe it's time to rework my spell thing a little bit. So I don't need that. I don't need large heal and medium heal. Let's be honest here. What I do need though is, first of all, this doesn't have to be that at first. So let's put the summoning spell on 5. The more aggressive one on that's... Where's 7? Oh, 7 is still there. Okay. So that's on 7. I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
Let's talk to Pyroka. Yeah. Hey, mate. Nearly impossible. I gotten a little bit more dexterous, Paraka. Can we work this out? Can we? Holy shit, I'm rich.
I've come from the old Valley of Mines.
What do you have to report?
The enemy has formed up there with an army of orcs and dragons.
We have already learned that from Milton. But what about the king's shipment of ore?
The mine they are digging for Garand in the valley cannot satisfy the demands of the king.
The days are becoming grayer, and the light of the sun is ever weaker.
I was attacked by men in black robes.
I know. Those are the Seekers, henchmen from the nether realms of Beliar. Beware of them, they will try to take possession of you. Once possessed, you will no longer be yourself. Only here in the monastery could you find help then, so be careful. I have asked Karas to look into this matter. He will certainly win some further insight soon, which can make us see clearer. Here, this rune will bring you directly back to the monastery if you need our help. Remember, we must offer resistance or we shall all be doomed.
I have come to take the Eye of Innos.
I see that you have received an authorization from Lord Hagen himself to bear the Eye of Innos. I am afraid that I have to disappoint you. We have fallen victim to a treacherous plot of the enemy. The Eye of Innos has been violently taken from these sacred walls.
Oh man.
Who could be so impudent, Master?
Evil is cunning, and usually works in secret. Only rarely do you see it emerge to pursue its evil machinations in broad daylight. But these days, it's a different matter. The enemy now shows himself openly in the street, in every home and every public square. This can only mean that he no longer fears any adversary and is not going to shrink back from anything. One of our most faithful followers, a candidate for the high robe of the Magicians of Fire, has changed his allegiance unexpectedly, and in an alarmingly evil manner. Pedro. The enemy has taken possession of him, thus inflicting a terrible defeat upon us. Pedro has forced his way into our most sacred halls and stolen the eye. I fear that he simply spent too much time by himself, outside of the gates, and thus beyond the protective walls of the monastery, exposed to all lurking dangers.
Why am I all showing you this? I thought that there must be a different dialogue because I'm not in Paladin this time, but there's not apparently.
Where did the thief flee to?
Pedro knocked down some of the other Many novices have gone out.
Yes.
If you want to catch up with him.
Alright.
Not so fast. I have another task for you.
And that is...
Now that you belong to the Brotherhood of Fire, you must also fulfill the duties that come with being one of us. The Church is not only concerned with the affairs of magic, it is also the final authority in the administration of justice, as you know. The latest case brought before us opens up a bottomless abyss and must be dealt with once and for all.
Isn't that the militia's business?
The militia is responsible for the city alone. This affair has far-reaching consequences.
What's this about?
There is someone in the city who has sold falsified shares in the ore mines of the former penal colony. These papers are utterly worthless and of no importance, really. Still, they have the potential of stirring up trouble among the people, which we cannot afford to happen right now. The swindler is supposed to have approached all of the most reputable traders in the city and the country, and has evidently managed to sell his counterfeit mining shares to some of them. Find this evildoer and bring him before this panel. In such hard times, we must not suffer swindlers and plunderers. We must make an example of him in order to deter the rest of the mob.
I'll try to clear up the matter.
One thing more. When you visit those traders, do not let them know that you are looking for mining shares. I think they probably want to sell them on, and certainly would no longer offer them to you if they realize that you are dealing with them on behalf of the church. Do you see?
Yes.
Then get to work. I wish you much success, brother.
Okay, so
More little thing. Stay away from the roadside shrines. We have heard that some of them have been desecrated. No one can say what effect they have now. It is not your task to solve this problem. The paladins will take care of this matter.
as you know, because we've been a paladin once and we had to deal with it. Okay, so but there was one thing. He was kind of supposed to have more info.
Hey.
Isn't that correct?
Brother, you cannot lose any time. You must hunt down Pedro and return the Eye of Innos to the monastery. If the eye is not retrieved, we shall all be lost.
Actually, I do have freaking.
How are your studies coming along?
I've been able to find out something about the Seekers.
And what would that be?
They are, quite obviously, of demonic origin. But at least they are, or were, under the influence of demons. Be careful if you meet them.
What a novel concept.
I'm sorry, but I don't have enough material to make a more precise statement. But if you could manage to bring me something of theirs to examine.
What kind of material do you need?
What do I know? Any objects which especially belong to these beings.
Do you want me to bring you a corpse?
No. Are you crazy? The dangers posed by a demonic being within the walls of the monastery are much too great. It will be enough if you find some objects which are typical for these beings. The remains of the demonic aura which cling to them should offer enough clues for an examination.
Could the sleeper be involved in this?
I have heard the story of the sleeper, but from a distance I cannot say anything about it. There are countless demons, and any of them could be involved.
I shall see what I can do.
It would certainly be very useful. In the meantime, I will carry out my own personal research.
Which means you're gonna do jack shit. Okay, so that's the studies about the Seekers. I believe you was talking about an almanac, which you will get at some point in the story. But now, let's try and find these people that say that sell stupid shit. Land that has no rightful owner, or actually are worthless. Papers that are worthless. Okay, there are. This is actually a quest that I only know the beginning of, and I only read the beginning of. Something that I have not personally played, because I usually never really play the version that revolves around magic. Actually, there might be a seeker around here. I'm gonna show you the proper way to deal with them. Again, there are multiple ways of dealing with them. But most proper way would be this. If you have a little bit of... It's kind of the combat mage way. If you really were like pure mage, just summon a skeleton and freeze them, and then summon a skeleton, or the other way around and engage them, or whatever. This is basically the best way to do it. As a battle mage and more typical mage. Again, summoning a skeleton, as you will soon see, is really freaking nice. Because they are super strong. And yeah, was 2? Uh-oh. Oh, the one is going over there. Let's try it with something. Kinda wanna see how they react to a skeleton. So, pure mage way. I don't have any mana. Pure mage way would be first freeze. This is not what I wanted. Skeleton. Oh my god, mana cost is ridiculous. And then summon a skeleton or two. And he will cut them down. My way is different. My way basically says freeze them, which takes a buttload of mana, and then cut them down. multiple ways to approaching the same problem. Okay, but actually my way is Icelands and then cutting them down. Because I don't have to feel them. Which is quite nice. Mercenary. I believe there were some